They say you should never burn bridges. But what do you do when someone sets fire to the bridge while you're still on it? For 5 years, I made Derek Holloway sound brilliant. I turned his scattered half-thoughts into viral keynotes. Transformed his rambling into wisdom that got quoted in Forbes. Made him a thought leader in an industry he barely understood. He never thanked me. Never credited me. Paid me $40 an hour while he charged $25,000 per speech. 2 days before his TED Talk, the one he'd been chasing for 3 years, he fired me over email to streamline costs. He had no backup plan. No drafts. No outline. And I didn't respond. Didn't offer to help. Didn't warn him what was coming. I just waited for the live stream to start. My name is Sloan Reeves. And this is what happens when a man who built his career on borrowed words has to fill 18 minutes of silence alone. 5 years ago, I was a freelance writer struggling to pay rent in a San Francisco studio that cost $2,400 a month. I wrote corporate blog posts, website copy, LinkedIn articles, whatever kept the lights on. One day I got a message on Upwork from someone named Derek. Mid-level tech consultant who'd been invited to speak at a startup conference. Needed a speech written in 3 days. Budget, $300. I took it. I always took it. He sent me a rambling voice memo, 22 minutes of him talking in circles about disruptive innovation and paradigm shifts. Buzzword soup that sounds important but means nothing. I turned it into a 12-minute speech about how small teams can outmaneuver large corporations by embracing calculated risk. Concrete examples. Clear structure. One memorable story about a failed product launch that taught him humility. He didn't learn humility from a product launch. I made that story up from a Reddit thread. But it worked. Standing ovation. 3 companies approached him afterward. One hired him as a consultant for $80,000. 2 weeks later, I have another speaking opportunity. Same rate? I said yes. That was my first mistake. It became a cycle. Every month, Derek would get invited to speak somewhere. A tech conference. An industry panel. A corporate retreat. Every time, he'd send me scattered thoughts and I'd turn them into something brilliant. His career exploded. Within 18 months, he was keynoting major conferences. His LinkedIn following went from 900 to 47,000. Fast Company profiled him as an emerging voice in tech leadership. An emerging voice. Built entirely on words I wrote at 2 a.m. while eating ramen. He raised his speaking fee to $15,000 per keynote. My rate? Still $300. Sometimes he'd throw in a $50 bonus if the event was high profile. I asked for a raise once. Look, he said over Zoom, there are thousands of writers who could do what you do. I'm the one taking the risk getting on stage. I'm the face. That's what people pay for. I stopped asking. But I started keeping records. Every draft. Every voice memo. Every email where he sent me his ideas and I sent back fully formed speeches. I didn't know why. Just insurance. By year 3, I was writing 2 to 3 speeches per month for him. He'd send me a 30-second voice memo. Hey, need something about AI ethics for the Stanford thing. Make it thought-provoking but accessible. Due Thursday. I'd spend 15 hours researching AI ethics, reading white papers, finding case studies, crafting arguments. He'd read it once, maybe change a word, then deliver it to a sold-out auditorium. Standing ovation. $25,000 speaking fee. Articles written about his bold perspective. Me? $300 and a text, great work. Next one is Austin. Need slides too. The slides were extra. Another $200. I was making $1,400 a month from Derek while he pulled in $75,000. He bought a Tesla and posted about it on LinkedIn. Investing in yourself pays dividends. I took on 4 other clients just to make rent. One night I was on my 4th Red Bull, 3 hours into researching neural networks for his keynote about machine learning, when my phone rang. My mom. Calling from Chicago. Honey, I haven't heard from you in 2 weeks. Are you okay? I looked around my apartment. Takeout containers on every surface. I hadn't left in 4 days. Hadn't showered in 2. I'm fine, Mom. Just busy with work. Are you still writing for that tech guy? Yeah. The one who doesn't pay you enough? Yeah. Silence on the other end. Baby, you're so talented. Why are you making him successful instead of yourself? I didn't have an answer. We said goodbye. I went back to writing about neural networks I barely understood so Derek could sound like an expert. A week later, he posted a photo from the Maldives. Caption: recharging before the next big keynote. I was recharging with store-brand instant coffee and anxiety about making rent. That's when something shifted. I didn't just keep records anymore. I started paying attention to something else. Derek had never learned to write his own material. Why would he? I was always there. Every speech. Every panel. Every workshop. For 5 years, I'd been his brain. And he had no idea how dependent he'd become. Mid-October. Derek sent me a message with 7 exclamation points. Huge news. I got invited to do a TED Talk. TEDx San Francisco. April 15th. This is what I've been working toward. This is massive. Screenshot of the invitation. I stared at it for a long time. TED Talks were different. They lived forever. Millions of views. Career-defining. If this went well, Derek would become a legitimate thought leader. Book deals. Major consulting contracts. His own platform. All built on my words. I want this one to be special, he wrote. Something about the future of work and human potential. Really philosophical. Deep. I want people to remember this. What's the rate? I asked. Same as always. But I'll give you a shout-out in the acknowledgements when I write the book. A shout-out. In a book I'd probably ghostwrite. When do you need it? Mid-March. Gives me a month to practice. 5 months' notice for the most important speech of his career. I'll get started, I said. I didn't get started. I kept writing his regular speeches. November keynote about blockchain. December panel on leadership. January workshop on innovation. $300 each. But I didn't touch the TED Talk. Every time he asked for an update, I told him I was researching or outlining or letting the ideas percolate. He believed me. I'd never missed a deadline in 5 years. Meanwhile, I watched his social media. New luxury apartment. Michelin star restaurants. Weekend in Napa. One post haunted me. Photo of him at his desk with a leather journal and a $400 pen. Caption: taking time to reflect and write. The best ideas come when you slow down and think deeply. That journal was empty. He hadn't written a single word himself in 5 years. Early March. He started asking about the TED draft more frequently. Hey, just want to make sure we're on track. How's the draft coming? Getting excited. I'm starting to get nervous. Can I see what you have? I sent him a partial outline. 3 bullet points. Vague platitudes. He loved it. This is perfect. Exactly the direction I wanted. March 13th, 2 weeks before his deadline, getting concerned. TED is in 32 days. Need the speech ASAP. March 14th, where's the draft? Call me. March 15th. He called 6 times. I didn't answer. Then he sent an email. Subject: we need to talk about rates. Body: I've been reviewing my expenses and I need to make some adjustments. Starting next month, I'll be reducing your rate to $200 per speech. The market's changing and I need to be more cost-effective. I hope you understand. Also, I'm going to need that TED draft by tomorrow morning. This is becoming unprofessional. Reducing my rate. After 5 years. for the most important speech of his career, while calling me unprofessional. I read that email 3 times. Then I wrote my response. 4 sentences. 2 hours to write. Derek, thank you for the opportunity to work together over the past 5 years. Given your new rate structure, I don't think we're a good fit moving forward. I won't be able to complete the TED Talk draft. Best of luck with your speech. Sloan. My finger hovered over send for a full minute. Then I clicked it. Relief. Pure relief. He responded in 11 minutes. What? Are you serious? You're quitting now? 2 days before I need the draft? We had an agreement. This is completely unprofessional and honestly, unethical. I've built my entire calendar around this. You can't just abandon a project. 20 minutes later. Okay, I understand you're upset about the rate. Let's talk. I can keep you at $300 for this one. This is too important. An hour later. Fine. $500. But I need the draft by tomorrow night. That evening. $1,000. Final offer. Please. I'm begging you. I didn't respond to any of them. I watched the panic in real time through social media and industry connections. He posted on LinkedIn asking if anyone knew an exceptional speechwriter available for urgent project. Dozens of people responded with recommendations. He never hired any of them. A week later, he posted a photo of himself writing the TED Talk. Coffee. Notebook. Thoughtful expression. I zoomed in on the photo. The notebook was completely blank. He was going to try to do it himself. Perfect. 2 weeks out, he posted, final rehearsals underway. Can't wait to share this message with the world. I checked in with a conference organizer I knew. Oh God, she said. Derek has been a nightmare. Changed the topic 3 times. Kept asking for deadline extensions. The TED folks are concerned. 5 days before the talk, he posted a practice video. I watched it. It was bad. He was clearly reading from notes off camera. Kept losing his place. No flow. No stories. Just disconnected thoughts about embracing change and finding your authentic voice. The irony almost made me laugh. Comments tried to be supportive. You've got this. Maybe just relax a bit? The pacing seems a little fast. Remember to make eye contact. April 14th. The night before. One final email. Subject, please. Body. Sloan, I know you're angry. I get it. I should have paid you more. I should have credited you. I was wrong. But I'm asking you, please, send me something. Anything. An outline. Bullet points. I'm dying here. This is my career. My entire reputation. If I bomb this, I'm done. Please. I'll pay you $5,000. Right now. Just send me a draft. We can talk about ongoing rates after. Whatever you want. Please. $5,000. For work he'd been paying me $300 for. For 5 years. Only now, when he was desperate, when he finally realized he couldn't do it without me, was the work worth what it had always been worth. I drafted a response. Then I deleted it. I closed my laptop and went to bed. April 15th, 2 p.m. Pacific. TEDx San Francisco livestream. I made popcorn. Opened a beer. Settled on my couch. The venue was beautiful. Red circular carpet. Professional lighting. About 300 people in the audience plus thousands watching online. He was the 4th speaker. When they introduced him, thought leader in technology and innovation, he walked out confident. Sharp suit. Wireless mic. For 30 seconds, he looked like he belonged there. Then he started speaking. Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Today I want to talk about the future. The future of work. And potential. Human potential. Already stumbling. We live in a time of unprecedented change. Technology is evolving. Fast. Really fast. And we need to think about what that means. He looked down at his notes. What does it mean to be authentic in a world that's constantly changing? That's the question I've been asking myself. The audience was polite. People shifted in their seats. He had 18 minutes to fill. He filled 4 minutes with actual content. The rest was repetition. Circular logic. Motivational platitudes without substance. Around minute 9, he completely lost his train of thought. Just stopped talking. 6 full seconds of silence. Someone coughed. He laughed nervously. Sorry, just making sure I get this right. Looked at his notes again. Tried to recover. The point is, what I'm trying to say is, we have an opportunity. To shape the future. To be the change. By minute 12, people were openly checking phones. By minute 15, he was visibly sweating. He wrapped at 16 minutes. So, yeah. Let's embrace the future. Together. Thank you. Polite applause. Not enthusiastic. Not a standing ovation. Just polite. The kind you give someone because you feel bad for them. I took a sip of my beer. And smiled. The video got 12,000 views in the first week. Average TED Talk gets 50,000 minimum. Comments were brutal. This felt really surface level compared to other TED Talks. I kept waiting for the actual insight. I've heard him speak before and he was way better. Wonder what happened. He deleted his LinkedIn post about the talk. Didn't post anything for 3 weeks. Then quietly announced he was taking a step back from speaking to focus on consulting. His speaking career was over. 3 months later, I got a message from a conference organizer. Hey, we're looking for a speaker on tech leadership. You wrote speeches for Derek Holloway, right? Would you be interested in speaking yourself? We can offer $8,000 plus travel. I stared at that message for a long time. Then I said yes. I delivered that keynote using material I'd originally written for him. But this time, I delivered it myself. My name on it. My face on the posters. Standing ovation. I've given 14 talks since then. My fee is $12,000 per keynote. Last month, I got invited to speak at TEDx Boston. I accepted. And 3 days later, Derek reached out. Subject, congratulations. Body, saw you got a TED invitation. That's amazing. If you need any coaching on stage presence or delivery, I'm happy to help. I know how nerve-wracking these can be. Let me know. He was offering to coach me. On public speaking. Using skills I taught him. I didn't respond. 6 months later, I was at a conference in Austin. I saw him across the hotel lobby. Mid-tier panel, name tag on a lanyard. I was heading to the keynote stage. No name tag needed. Our eyes met for 2 seconds. He looked away first. The next morning, I gave my keynote. The room was packed. Standing room only. I spoke for 40 minutes about the invisible labor behind thought leadership. About ghostwriters and the people who build other people's platforms. About what happens when you finally step into your own light. I didn't mention Derek by name. I didn't have to. Standing ovation. 2 full minutes. As I walked off stage, the conference organizer stopped me. That was incredible. We want you back next year. Name your fee. I glanced toward the back of the room. He was standing there. He'd stayed to watch. Our eyes met across the crowd. He nodded. Slowly. Once. Not in anger. Not bitterness. Just acknowledgement. He finally understood what he'd lost. Not the ghostwriter. The person who made him sound like someone worth listening to. And now I was the one worth listening to. People ask me if I feel guilty. If I regret not helping him. Here's the thing. I didn't sabotage Derek. I didn't expose him. Didn't ruin his career. Didn't tell anyone what I'd done for him. I just stopped saving him from his own incompetence. For 5 years, I made him look brilliant while he paid me barely enough to survive. The moment I stepped back? The moment he had to deliver on his own? There was nothing there. Just borrowed brilliance and an empty notebook. He didn't fail because I sabotaged him. He failed because without me, he was exactly what he'd always been. Average. Sometimes revenge isn't about what you do. It's about what you stop doing. I built him a career on words he never learned to write. And when he finally had to speak for himself, the silence said everything. Subscribe if you've ever been the talent behind someone else's success. Because the moment you step into the light, they disappear into the shadow you left behind.